Hey y'all, I'm back, and just like Amberlynn Reid's discarded leftovers, I'm salty and surrounded by trash. That's right, we're wading back into the mud puddle that is the Amberverse today, and hopefully no one comes down with cellulitis along the journey. Girly Pop posted a video Saturday, one of her whiny Confession Lynn type videos. The ones where she puts on owning up to her BS just to turn around and attempt serving up another flavor of BS. The video was removed later the same day for violating community guidelines. This actually happened as the channel Hecticana was mid-reaction. You never know when a video may get nuked, whether by YouTube or a girl herself doing a dirty delete. But I will say his reaction to the removal was some of the most excitement we've had around these parts for a while. In the video, she discusses going on another weight loss drug, a fourth one that she hasn't tried yet, and in the same breath promoted her channel memberships, stating that those memberships would be helping to pay for this. She also essentially admits to monetizing her BED moments. Now, YouTube community guidelines are about as clear as a chalk chiller buzzball, so I wasn't 100% able to confirm, but it seems pretty likely that one or both of these remarks are what got the video yanked. Now, unlike Amber, I'm not trying to violate TOS, so for this video, I want to stress that this is being shown here for reporting and documentary purposes. Now that we've got that out of the way, here are my highlights from This is the Scary and Alarming Truth, several dots, What I Ate Today, Episode 6. Also, side note, how are we only on Episode 6 of this? This arc feels like it has been going on forever. I already know how much crap is about to come through, so I had to switch to my big heavy flow headphones.
Hello, welcome to a new What I Ate Today video. So as you guys know, last week's What I Ate Today video was a flop. I was very disconnected with it, on top of having cellulitis and just going through a lot of different things. This week, I'm also disconnected from this What I Ate Today video, so just a warning. But today is Thursday, and I film my What I Ate Today videos every single Thursday, so that's just how it's gonna be. Not every time someone goes to work are they connected to it. Sometimes you go to work and you just aren't feeling, up to par. You aren't feeling the greatest. So I actually already had my first meal, so I'm just gonna show you my leftovers because, like I said, I have a bad habit of wasting food, and it's not too bad. So I got Cracker Barrel, I got meatloaf. I'm sorry, this is not appetizing at all, but I forgot that today was Thursday. I literally thought today was Wednesday, but after I was done eating, I was like, fuck, today's Thursday.
Oh no, today's Thursday. Better phone it in and show my table scraps.
So I got meatloaf, hash browns, mashed potatoes.
Hash browns and mashed potatoes is some unhinged hobbit behavior, but go on.
But I am done with this. I'm not going to eat any more of it. And I also got green beans, which I love a green bean. And I got their dumplings. So it literally only came with 2 dumplings, but it was the perfect amount for me because that was a lot of food. And then for later, tonight as a snack, which I won't be filming when I actually eat this, but I'm just letting you know that I also got a cookie, a chocolate chip cookie from Cracker Barrel, which I will be eating tonight. Have any of you noticed that Cracker Barrel very much tastes like hospital food? Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, they have a target market, and that target market is of a certain age and always has been.
It's not the greatest. It's given hospital food. Last time I had Cracker Barrel was literally years ago.
And I guarantee you it hasn't changed. It tasted like hospital food then. I'm in my 40s, and Cracker Barrel has not changed in my living memory. But you proceeded to order an entree and 4 sides and a dessert anyway. It's your choice.
But I will say the dumplings are delish. All right, you guys. So today's What I Ate Today video has been canceled. It's gone. Goodbye bye. As you can see, I did start the video and I still showed you guys that clip. But truth be told,
yeah, you showed us your sad table scraps that were bound for the trash. Thanks for phoning that in, I guess. Good job. Okay.
I was literally just trying to act like I was okay. I was trying to act.
You clearly weren't okay. Like I said, you showed us your table scraps, phoned it in, and honestly, you got Cracker Barrel to take home and eat by yourself, and that alone should tell anyone that you're not okay. Cracker Barrel is only something you should be going for when you got to take grandma to church on Sunday. She wants to go to the Cracker Barrel. You're traveling on the highway. You know, it's not something you just get and take home to enjoy in front of a show because it's so wonderful. That's absolutely bonkers behavior in my opinion. But carry on.
All right, girl, you got this. It's your work day. Like, you have to film this. But reality is, like, I actually don't. So I do want to talk a little bit more, like, about how I'm feeling. I'm going to be honest, right now I feel very vulnerable. And it's hard for me because I know there are so many eyes watching me that are connected to hearts that don't see me in a sympathetic way. They don't see me in a light that comes from gentleness. They just see me in a biased light.
I wouldn't call it bias. I would call it seeing you in the light of 10 years of your content and the context that that provides. It's almost like we've been watching you do horrible things for a decade now, and at this point, we just can't find our sympathy bones. I don't know. I guess you can call that biased. I'll call it being realistic. We can agree to disagree, Amber.
They see me in a way where they've chosen to see me, and nothing's ever going to change that. But
oh, you can change it. You absolutely can change that. I can't speak for everyone. I can't speak for every reactor, every hater, but she could absolutely do things to change how I see her. 100%.
Instead of caring about those people and continuing to wear the mask that I started this video wearing.
Oh no, girl, you've already got spoon theory under your belt. Don't start this now too. I'm not ready for her to be talking about this.
I'm taking off my mask and I'm filming this video and talking about my feelings and thoughts for the people who do see me.
What therapy workbook have you bought now?
Gentle way. For the people who are gentle about my struggles and my disordered eating. Truth is, I don't have a good relationship with food right now. And obviously, like, that's noticeable. I'm over 500 pounds. There's a lot of people walking this earth who are at a healthy weight, and they also have a bad relationship with food and they have disordered eating, and you can't see that.
Okay, but part of the reason we can't see that is not just weight. Part of the reason we can't see that is if they're not on YouTube monetizing it. You have been.
With me, I walk outside and you automatically know, like, that's a big bitch. She has an unhealthy relationship with food, and some days are a lot better and some days are pretty awful. It's not just like what I'm eating, how much I'm eating, but it also correlates with the way I view food, which in return, the way I view myself as well. There have been recent times where it has been better, but today is not that day. And I don't want to film a whole video dedicated to food. That's how I feel now in this moment. That doesn't mean that I'm always going to feel that way on days.
If I believed that this was genuine, I think this would be a good thing. I think this would be a sign of progress. Knowing what I know comes later in the video, I am inclined to view this as a setup for plugging those channel memberships that she says she's going to use to pay for her weight loss drugs. Sorry, Amber. Still can't find my sympathy bone. Must be that 10 years of context.
Where I feel like my relationship with food is worse. I don't want to monetize that. And I used to, like in the past, especially in 2019.
So this is the moment where she has essentially admitted to monetizing her ED. And yeah, I don't think it's out of pocket at all to interpret that statement that way, considering she has had content pulled for self-harm related to talking about her ED while doing the ED activity that she is known for. Rest in peace, mukbang whole rotisserie chicken. I can absolutely see why YouTube might be paying closer attention to her food content and the language around that, and therefore could have pulled this video over that. 100% believable.
And days prior to that and days after that, but like right now, I don't want to do that to myself. It doesn't make me feel good, and I want to do things that make me feel good. I'm working really hard, like behind the scenes, on just being better. There's so many I's I gotta dot and T's I gotta cross, and it feels really fucking overwhelming. But monetizing food on a day where my relationship with food is really, really low. That's not where I'm at right now.
So instead of monetizing the food, you're going to monetize talking about the bad relationship with food. And then you're going to plug your memberships so you can pay for weight loss drugs. Okay, cool. Got it. Just making sure I'm keeping up. Carry on, girl.
Tomorrow, I might change my mind, but that's how I feel now. So in my weigh-in video, I talked to you guys about how I'm interested in going on another GLP-1. And I said how my goal is to like do more research on that and like see how I'm feeling about it, because it is a big decision.
You've tried 3 already. How do you need to do more research at this point? Maybe just consult with a primary healthcare provider or a dietitian. We going to do that? She might actually mention that. Spoiler.
And I saw how like a lot of people were like, wow, that's her goal. Like, yeah, it is a goal to like make the right decision for me, because I am thinking about going on a GLP-1 that I've never been on before. And that's a big decision. And it makes me nervous and it makes me anxious. It's a big decision. I mean, I shouldn't have to really explain myself, but I think not doing it and not letting it like kickstart my weight loss is a bad idea. I feel like it's an irresponsible idea. And the weight loss injection that I'm choosing is very expensive. And I am so grateful for my members. That is where that money is going to be going now. Like, if it wasn't for you guys, like
Yep, so she's set up the pity party. I'm struggling. I don't want to monetize this food content today. Here's my memberships. Please, they're going to help me pay to not have to monetize my food, and I can monetize my weight loss journey and get my expensive GLP-1. The other 3 didn't work, but this 4th one that costs more, it's going to be the one. So help me pay for that with memberships. Again, I don't think it's out of pocket to interpret that statement that way. And again, I can 100% see this being the reason that YouTube yanked it, or perhaps it was just the combination of the two, that between admitting to monetizing ED content in the past and plugging memberships so she can pay for weight loss drugs, that the two in tandem was just too much. And I don't know.
Genuinely would not be able to start this medicine. It's literally like another month's rent that I will be having to pay every single month. But with the memberships, it's going to help me a lot. So I just want to say I'm very grateful. Like, I'm in a spot where like I'm desperate. I'm a desperado. I'm not gonna lie. And I hate showing this side to me because like I feel embarrassed and I feel ashamed. But I really do feel extremely emotional about my weight and my health, because it's like, yeah, I don't have like huge health problems. Like, yes, I'm getting over cellulitis, which is pretty scary and it can be dire, but it's like, I don't have heart problems or like lung problems. I don't have diabetes, and it's things I'm grateful for. But like,
you don't have them, or you just haven't been diagnosed with them because you don't see a regular healthcare provider. When you treat the ER like your GP, a lot of things can get overlooked. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Believe me, I can attest to that. Just because you don't see a health issue happening doesn't mean you don't have an underlying issue that's being overlooked because you're not seeing your GP as much as you should be. I don't mess around with that anymore. It took me one scare. She's had so many.
Those things can happen instantly, especially for someone my size. And lately I've just been thinking more about it.
Yeah, these things can happen instantly. Just because you didn't have a heart issue yesterday doesn't mean you won't develop one tomorrow. This goes for anyone of any size, really, to be honest. Things can happen very, very quickly, especially if you're not regularly monitoring your health with a GP. It's so difficult for so many people in this country. And here we have someone who has had the privilege of making enough money to have regular health care and just is kind of not, and now wants to cry to us about it.
I don't know, like, what has caused this, like, anxiety inside of me about my weight, but I think it's something that, like, I've needed to feel for so long, and I never did. I've had so many people constantly ask me, like, Amberlynn, why aren't you scared? Like, if I was your size, I'd be anxious every single day. And like, I felt fleeting feelings of being scared, but I've never had like true like anxiety about my size until now, and I don't really know what's causing it. Maybe age. Like, I'm 34. I'm gonna be 35 this year. Holy fuck, 35 is crazy. I have put in a request to see a provider, so that is now going through the system. And the next,
put in a request to see a provider. That's why you don't have these underlying health issues that you swear you don't have, because you don't have a primary health care provider to have even diagnosed you with any of them. So you need to shut the F up about your health until you know what the actual picture is, and quit crying about it online. Go to the doctor about it instead. Sorry, no sympathy bone found.
I'm just waiting for them to see, like, because I had to answer all these questions, waiting for them to see, like, am I approved for the next step? Which the next step would be seeing the provider, making the appointment, and then choosing what weight loss injection I want to be on.
Oh, no, we're still not even doing a real regular doctor. We're just talking about the provider for the weight loss drug, which is most likely just going to be some online telehealth. The company that sells you the drug hooks you up with a doctor who does a little chitty chat interview and is like, here you go, here's your dose. Okay.
And on top of that, which I'm not going to make any promises to myself or to you guys, but I am thinking about seeing a dietitian, which I've seen multiple dietitians. I know exactly what they're going to tell me.
She's thinking about it. She's done it before and she already knows, but she's thinking about it again. You don't know nutrition like she does. That's all it is, y'all. We just don't understand nutrition like Amber.
Like I said, I know all the tools, I know all the knowledge, I know the information. I just never put them into place. The GLP-1 is going to be a great tool. And even though I'm going to have the tools, I know the knowledge, it would be really nice to see a dietitian who specializes in disordered eating, just to have that like extra support, because I don't want to be on GLP-1s forever. I don't even want to be on it for that long. I just really wanted to like...
You don't want to be on it at all. That's why you've quit 3 times already.
Kickstart my weight loss, because I am in this weird cycle where I'll lose 7 pounds, gain it back, lose 7 pounds, gain it back. And I want to be out of it.
When you quit this GLP-1, which I'm sure you will quit if you start, because you've quit 3 times, history says you'll quit, all of the new members that you get who wanted to support you in this, are you going to come on and plug that they cancel their memberships because it's no longer paying for that? Probably not. No, you're not going to do that. That would be ridiculous. It's not a grift though, y'all. It's definitely not a grift.
And I just feel swollen. I feel horrible. I feel horrific. And I'm really just over it. This has been something that I have been fighting with my whole life, and it's just exhausting. I don't really know what else to say. I just wanted to be open about where I'm at and what I'm feeling, and I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm not. Like, I see myself going down a path that is very destructive. You guys think that I'm on a destructive path already? I agree, but there's an even more destructive path that I'm trying not to.
Yeah, the more destructive path is the one where you keep doing this, but you're not making any YouTube money anymore because views are down and memberships aren't filling in the gap like you want. So you're trying to get those up. Okay, carry on.
Turn down. It's like a fork in a road, and I'm choosing to like turn down a path that I normally wouldn't. I'm rambling at this point, so I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna stop wasting y'all's time, and I'm gonna go. I will see you guys in my weekly vlog, which is not gonna be the greatest. I'm still trying to recover from cellulitis, and I have been low, mentally low for sure. I think doing more of like the DBT stuff has definitely put me in a low, and I heard that was gonna happen, and it's definitely happening. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Well, don't worry about it, girl. You didn't waste my time. I did that to myself. As usual, I ain't buying the crying. You can disagree with me, but she turns it on and off so easy. And honestly, even if that is real, It's more real tears than we saw for Rarity, so I don't know. Amber could kick rocks in my opinion. That's all I've got for this one. Like and subscribe if that's your thing. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
You watched it, didn't you?